Good morning, everyone, and welcome. Before we start, we have a disclosure. Please be aware of risk in the future trading. All our videos for educational purpose only. You're very welcome to follow any of our automated signal as long as you are on SIM. We're not responsible for your trade. A beautiful morning, excellent day today for a summer. Usually there is not much going on. We are about to hit the target one institutional number on 6,324. So there is a profit in there. We had a little problem with the NASDAQ on the resistance. Finally, the NASDAQ broke the resistance and is coming to really hard area. It's 23,200. We need to cross that one before we can hit the institutional number 32,228. So we're coming up to the institutional number, profit taken on 63.24. Now it's very early. Most likely we will hit target 2. Target 1 institutional is 23.27 for the morning session, and the second target is 23.276. So those are the today's target for the morning session. What we have here, we have one of the auto trades we have, and already made 850 plus 1500, and it is a scalping mood. It's not swing trading. This one here, the ES, is coming from the market analyzer, 29 ticks into the profit based on the last signal. I'm using 2, so it's double the amount. The market analyzer is only one contract. There are 5 auto trades in the market analyzer. For the NASDAQ, from the last entry signal, we have 190 ticks into profit based on one contract, and we have 2 contracts, so it's 1,870. So this is a really what we have for today. And we will bring the M strategy and see the difference between stop loss or without the stop loss. On the ES rank bar, we will bring it down a little bit. We just need to see if this NASDAQ able to climb to this double resistance 23,200, and we'll see what happened. Excellent day, very good. So absolutely, if there is any retracement, you should not take any short. If you are auto trading, doesn't matter what kind of auto trade you have, do not allow any type of an auto trade to take short. There is no short, because if we look, this is an area cannot be traded on the NASDAQ. This area cannot be auto traded or traded on NASDAQ. And this is the support area, hard support area, is the 23,153. So if the market pulled back, you should not allow any type of an auto trade, taking a short trade. There is only a pullback re-entry. Pullback re-entry, you should not activate any short trades on the NASDAQ, neither on the ES at this moment. So doesn't matter what type of an auto trade you are using, you should not be doing this at this moment. We are only we're not your financial advisor, so do whatever you think is the best for you. The NASDAQ is climbing to this target. Institutional number is doing fine. We have the buyers over the sellers with a 6 different time frame, indicating we are in a good position. Plus we have the market analyzer We have the market analyzer from 1 to 30 minutes. From 1 to 30 minutes is in a full green, you know. Plus, if we look at the market analyzer, 3 signal up, NASDAQ 3 signal up, YM 3 signal up. This means, as we covered before, the market is in sequence, and it is very easy to trade. When the market is mixed and it's not in sequence between the ES and NASDAQ, especially the ES and NASDAQ, this is where the most time you lose money on any type of an auto trade, when the market is not in sequence. So on this drop right now, you have to be careful. There is some sellers. If we look here, there is some sellers pushing this market down, and you should not respond with it. Leave it alone. You can see here is a blinking, and this indicating that our seller, actually they cannot do anything. The entry is right there, 6315 as a re-entry long. So if you are, or your auto trade taking is short, remember you need to keep your hand on your mouth, because you need to immediately close the trade. On the short trade, it's not gonna live long. So I don't see any hard news at this moment. So we are okay for right now, and let's see what happened. So there is only pullback re-entry, and we have on the gold buy signal, on the gold buy signal. Okay, now we are waiting on this. While we are waiting, I want to show something else on the M strategy. We covered a little bit on Monday, and I want to bring it down. This one is taking the trades between the fibs, and we have a lot of requests on the Renko bar. I'm not a Renko bar man, so what I'm doing, I'm using NinjaTrader. We have Renko bar, but I'm using NinjaTrader Renko bar, and we are using a normal 4 Renko small time frame, and is already making $800 on this auto trade, and then we will be showing the different. If you wanted to use the trailing stop loss, or you want to let the auto trade make a decision by itself. So we will cover this. We have on the 6E sell signal, so we will cover this very soon, the minute we see what happening here in the market, and then we'll bring down 2 different type, and we'll show you what is the advantage and disadvantage on this. So right now we're still going long. We will wait till we hit the target 1. Institutional number is right there, 6,324. Profit taking on that number. Be careful. It does not mean you have short. It's just a profit taking. The re-entry is right there. 6316 is a re-entry long on the ES. Watch it. You still do not have short. Please be careful. If you notice, the Nasdaq came in also to the re-entry, but I don't want to call that trade on the Nasdaq. I prefer to call that trade on the ES, but also came into the same numbers as here as a re-entry. This yellow number is a re-entry, always re-entry, always. Until the market give up, and then it breaks. So be careful. The auto trade closed at 1700, and right now is 10:13, so that's 45 minutes into the trade. For the M strategy, we still on the same trade using Renko bar and already have 845 minutes. While we are waiting on the market, I want to show you between, you decide with the stop loss and trailing stop, or you can have the auto trade do everything for you. This one here with the stop loss, the one on the top and the one on the bottom, the auto trade, when it goes against you, will add, you tell the auto trade how many contracts. As an example, you're using a micro account, you don't have money for a real, the NASDAQ on the 9 Renko and 10 Renko last week made 40,000 without the stop loss. So it is a bigger picture, it's not small picture. But the different, and this one here on a just 4 Renko, the different is, you can tell the auto trade to take only 4 contract, 3 contract, 2 contract, whatever you want. Now the auto trade take the first contract. If it goes on your favor, it's not gonna add. If it goes against you, we'll add 1 more contract from the next fib. So we'll have an average price and recalculate the target for you to get out of that bad trade. So you can, and also cannot close all the trades by itself. So there is a limitation once you get the 4 contract. If you have, you can add on the micro account 3 contracts, 4 contracts, 5 contracts. On a micro, 4 contracts or 5 is a half a NASDAQ. So you can afford to have 3 or 4 or 5 or 10 if you want to. That equal 10 is equal to 1 NASDAQ, mini NASDAQ. So the difference right now between using a stop loss, it is $800 at this moment. Without the stop loss is already 1,000. Even if it have a bad trade, it recover immediately from a bad trade if something went wrong and the market went wrong. So, okay, this is the second chart on the ES. This one is the 2 minute, closed at 2100. And let's see the market, what happening. You see, this is where we call the re-entry, right there. You see? Wait. We need to see this bar close below that number to call off all the long trades. So we need to see, wow, there is a lot of sellers. You can see the chart is a blinking and sellers are pushing the market, so it's finished. The long trades is over, so we're gonna take it back, and now we are back on the short trade. If you notice, when the chart blink in here, indicating there is a lot of sellers pushing the market down, and this means all the long trades are finished, and we are finished with the long trades anyway. So now we need to get ready for short trades. Wait a little bit. Let's close the second bar as well to secure ourselves that there is no more. Now they used to be support, now they become resistant right there, and now we are, once we cross this line here, we are going to the short position. And now you can see the market analyzer start getting red. The boat is sinking and is leaking. It's finished. The long trades is over. now we have a re-entry on that number, 23,152.50 on the Nasdaq as a re-entry short. The ES, there is no hope to cross all those resistance line, so the re-entry is somewhere around here, the Fib, and we can figure out where. The re-entry short should be 63.18. Re-entry short. We're gonna close that trade so we can see the different close. So this one here have 1100 and this one here have 1000. So we let both of them take a trade and we can see the difference between the stop loss and now it's going to take a long trade on the Fib. Now we have a short signal on the YM short, and it's going, the Nasdaq and the ES is going to follow with a short signal. Absolutely. It's finished to the long side, and now we are hitting the short. We have a new signal on the YM, new signal on the ES. Now you can see there is a new signal on the ES, and here it is now. Both took a trade from the Fib. Look at this. One with the stop loss, one without the stop loss. So with the stop loss, you will stop out and then re-enter the market long from the lower Fib if the market did not go to your favor. If you leave it without stop loss, the auto trade is going to take the second entry to even the price, to have a price, average price, and then recalculate the exit itself to get out of that trade. So if we give the ES 4 contracts, it's gonna add the 4 contracts in there. So if you are auto trade in a micro account, you feed the auto trade how many contracts you want on a micro account, and then keep going. The lower the market goes, it's gonna add one more, because eventually this market gonna turn around. It cannot go short all the way, or long all the way. So this is strategy where if you have a chop market or a slow market or overnight market, this is perfect. Now from the signal on the YM, we had the signal sell on the YM, and we told you about it. And now it is right here. It is from the market analyzer when the signal fired sell, and is already $300 into profit, and we called it for you. And now it's going to the 400. Now there is 2 options. If you follow that trade, you can take a profit on the Fib 44471, And or if you want the system calculated, you need to take a profit on 44,445, 4,445. So, but the first fib is right there, so you can break even immediately with the signal. And because now there is a little retracement on the EOS, it's okay. So here it is. Also on those auto trade, you can put a break even. I did not put a break even, but you have the option to put a break even on those trades. So right now we have, with the stop loss 1100, without the stop loss 1000. This one is finished. It's a beautiful entry. Came in from the fib. Look at this. A beautiful entry. And this one here, it was a beautiful entry. And you can use a break even as well. I'm gonna close that trade, and let it take one more trade to see the difference. We know this one is a winner, so we want to see when the market goes against us, how those two react. So now they're gonna take short from the fib, and then I'll show you if the market keep going to the higher fib, then the one without stop loss is gonna take one more from the fib line. So we'll see. Also, you can direct the auto trade to take long or short if you want to, whatever you want. So this is an example. The one with the stop loss, took that trade from here, from 63.21 all the way to 63.14. On this one here, took it earlier because this one was a losing trade. So if we look, those are parallel. This one here took a trade like this one here. But this one here was a losing trade because we are using a stop loss. Here we're not using a stop loss, so took a short trade here. This one was closed because of the stop loss. And then this one took a short from the fib. And this one added one more from the fib. And then they're both exited. But this one exited a little bit earlier because recalculate the target to exit as soon as possible. The more you add contract, and then the more quickly the auto trade wants to exit out of that trade. Short, what had happened, it short the target. So the difference between this target and that target, this one is earlier because he's loading two contracts. This one here is taken comfortable because there's only one trade. So he hits the target, no problem. You set the target, whatever target you want, whether you are on a NASDAQ, CL, ES, you set the target whatever you want. Now it's gonna take short from the fib. You don't have a long trade, you have a short trade. Re-entry point is 63.18, and the Nasdaq is just, there is no more short trade on the Nasdaq. I'm sorry to say that. So now we are going to confusion in the market. The market is not in sequence. If we look the market on the ES to the sell position, Nasdaq buy position. If you notice here, the Nasdaq is already crossed. Where is the re-entry short? He already crossed it, and now he's back on the track to go long, where the ES have a little difficulties to cross those resistance. What cause? When those two are not working together anymore, it depends what you are trading. If you are trading the Nasdaq today and your auto trade taking a long in here, you are okay, but it's not going to be a long run, because what happened, the ES not able to break this area is gonna drag the Nasdaq with him. Be careful. So if you are on a long trade, don't get too excited. Keep your hand close on the mouse to override the auto trade and take your profit, because this is not going to be going for a long haul. It's not going to be a big trade. It's going to be scalping. So you have to be careful with that. We are waiting on the two auto trades here to take short from the fib. Be careful with the Nasdaq. You see what we're trying to say? Look, the ES came to the resistance here and it collapsed. And now it's making it a little bit hard for the Nasdaq to keep going. So you gotta be careful with the Nasdaq. When they are going to be in sequence, when the ES cross those three resistance line, now they are parallel and working together. The ES having a problem, keep climbing and working parallel with the Nasdaq. Eventually, sometimes there is the ES drag the Nasdaq with him, and sometimes the Nasdaq drag the ES with him. Despite everything, they still connected somehow. They still connected. Not like it used to be, but they are still connected. This is a big drop. For the ones they took the trade from the YM, we called that trade for you. We are already 640, and we're coming to that support. It's an optional if you want to take a profit on 4,471, or you can take it on the second level is 44,417. If you are auto trading on this one here, you can break even, put it on the fib. If you want to do it manually, or you leave it to the auto trade, he will move it to the fib, whatever you want. Now this one with a stop loss and this one without stop loss. If we look at the ES and the NASDAQ you can see got stuck. It's not going forward. The ES has just dropped and is eventually going to drag the NASDAQ with him. And look, it start dragging the NASDAQ with him. So that's what happened. You have to be careful. Now on the stop loss, this one is stopped with a stop loss, and this one stayed on. If it goes against you, it's going to add one more trade short. But this one now today is 1,112. This one 1,137. Believe me, at the end of the day, the one without stop loss always 3 times more than the one with the stop loss. Always. the ES is really struggling to break the 63.19, but eventually it's gonna break it. For the Nasdaq, the re-entry is right there, 23,164, and the ES now start lining up with the Nasdaq. We need to cross this area before we can go long. It's taking a little time, but it's going to break it. Then the long trade on the ES will start from 63.20. Or 21 to be safe. 63.21 will start long trades. Now on this one here, it's the same entry, this one with a stop loss, this one without stop loss. This one here is going to take short and then exit out of it, and this one here will take a short with a stop loss. So there is two options you can do. You can add contracts, or you can get out of a trade with a stop loss. Well, that's all what we have for you today. We wish you the best, and we thank you very much. Bye for now.